You don't recall. Don't recall. Yo, dude, what are you trying to do today, man? What is this, bro? We're talking about growing the platform. Now you're trying to tank us. What do you think this is, bro?
Yeah, let's talk about a third topic that also did very well in this year. And guys, these are all topics that probably, yeah, unless something new happens, it's a done topic because in the
But this
next
one is
segment we'll talk
already. This
about,
was done. The
yeah,
next one is done.
we talked about the Bud Light scandal.
Yo,
Uh,
I don't know why we talk.
basically, Bud Light entering into a deal with what's the name?
I'm not gonna say the name.
Okay,
Uh,
well, enter,
Mulvaney, Mulvaney.
yeah, enter the deal, and then he was basically, the customers of Bud Light were like, "What are you doing? We don't stand for this."
Yeah,
Kid Rock went as far as to line up a couple of cans and
and
of
do a
Bud
job.
Light beer, and went fire practicing, or at least practicing firing at the cans, and that
He
was
was
started. That
successful.
start what?
That started him to be that he started by doing that. He was kind of the general of the opposition. He
Yeah, of the
cemented
opposition.
himself as the
Yeah,
general,
yeah, and a bunch
leading
of,
the troops to
yeah, and
the high grounds.
yeah, and that was definitely the catalyst for the anti Bud Light movement. And so a lot of people started boycotting Bud Light, and Bud Light was really dropping in its numbers. And at some point, Bud Light said, you know what? Yeah, we're not gonna do it anymore. And they got a call from an organization that stimulates, that ranks companies based on, amongst other things, the inclusivity of various types of people. The acronym is known.
Yeah, yeah, that's not good.
And so they were like, okay, what do we need to do? Do we want a good rating for the diversity, or do we want to get money? Well, it seemed as though nothing helped because the company was still tanking. However, what Bud Light did was simply started closing factories and laying off people. Because, of course, you won't buy, that's okay, but we're not going to let that ruin our profit margins. So they laid people off, and try to they went even as far as the CEO or the CFO coming out and saying the company is doing great, we're good.
Yeah, that's the CEO of the whole
Yeah,
company.
the mother company maybe.
Mother company, yeah. So Budweiser is like the one
The
of the
subsidiary.
companies, one of the companies that are part of
Yeah,
that
a
conglomerate,
subsidiary. Yeah.
subsidiary, or how you want to call it. And basically the numbers overall. I mean, at the end of the day, Budweiser is just a part of the whole corporate structure. And if they are hurt, I mean, other places in the world they are still selling beer, so that's not gonna hurt the total numbers. Like I think it was like less than 5% of their numbers. So if it drops, you barely can, you will not really notice it that much. But if you look at the numbers of Budweiser itself, that didn't do very
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
They were like going down, and basically what happened is that due to the boycotts, like RJ said, they had to close off. Well, basically remove costs so they can keep the margin they have, and keep floating as long as possible. And yeah, I think the NFL season arrived just in time because they are one of the big NFL sponsors, and then with also UFC picking up after the summer.
Was Travis Kelsey in a
Yeah,
Travis Kelsey was in an ad,
it
right?
was also in it just arrived just in time in August. Because also one thing,
Trevor
and
Kelsey is in another ad as well. I can't recall which one.
God, don't have to recall. Don't recall. Yo, dude, what are you trying to do today, man? What is this, bro? We're talking about growing the platform. Now you're trying to tank us. What do you think this is, bro?
It's just a question, man.
Let's say it's related to uncle, our
Yeah,
uncle
yeah,
Vit,
yeah, yeah.
Uncle Vit. No, but no, but
Mr. Two Shots.
well, apparently Fritz Fitzgerald, what's his name? The former quarterback Fitzgerald or something like that. He
Patrick.
interviewed. Yeah, he interviewed Aaron like a month ago. He said, "Hey, here, former quarterback Fitzgerald 2 times." He said like a month ago, but yeah. So to bring it back, one of the things that that happened during that period is that the the story picked up. It was we followed quite frequently follow up on the story to see how it would develop, also talking about the corporate aspects. What does this mean? What does that mean? Who's the owner of the company? Who are people trying to boycott? Because one thing we figured out during the process is that the owner, well, internationally, the mother company of Budweiser owns Corona and Modelo, but in America, there's another company owning that. So there's those sort of things we covered. Basically, more the business aspects, why they are doing, what moves are they trying to make, breaking down basically from a business perspective, not less from a emotional perspective. Basically, to see what are the next moves of Budweiser to mitigate the losses they were making, and I think they handled it quite well. They just held on tight as the ride went down until and made sure the general left his troops in the middle of the field.
And
Because I
and
think I think because I think that was quite the most shocking thing to me. I don't know it's for you, but I think
right.
somewhere by the end of by the end of July, it started to seep out that the general, aka Kid Rock, his honky tonk bar was still serving Bud Light. And then later on, I think a week later, there was photos, pictures released of him holding a Bud Light while watching a concert. So that's when we knew.
It's over. The war is over.
I'm sorry. Hey, Kid Rock was probably
I shouldn't
standing
have.
in front of the
I sh-
CEO of Bud Light
should.
singing, "I'm sorry." What's the song again?
Uh,
Try.
Mama, I'm sorry for everything that I've done. The prisoner singing to the
Yeah,
judge.
yeah. That's how it
By the way,
sounded.
I shouldn't have chosen the melody I chose to sing before this one. The war is over. I mean,
Let's act like that never happened.
I'm trying to fight you for my life, man.
No,
That's a
but
lot.
yeah, that was quite surprising. That's why we knew it was over. I think around that time we decided to not cover it anymore because
Yeah.
there was nothing more there to cover.
Nope. No.
And it seems like it went down as well afterwards because yeah, at the end, as a corporate brand, people forget quite fast, man. That's one thing you can learn from that situation is if you make a mistake, make sure you have enough reserves, cash reserves to bridge the time, and then you can people will forget.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there are not a lot of beer choices. People are quite a brand lawyer when it comes to beers, and they can boycott it for 2 months. But
Yeah.
after that, they'll ask themselves, what
What's
am
the
I
point?
doing?
What's the point? Yeah. What's the point? You'll find yourself at a
My
parade.
son is one as well. They'll find out. I'm not saying my son, but
Yeah. But I mean, you're at the beginning is very hard, very, very strict. you're very emotional about it, and then like 2 3 years, doesn't need to be immediately, just like 2 3 years later, maybe you find yourself at a parade and someone offers you a beer and you see the brand and you say, yeah, I'm gonna drink it anyway. Hey, but with that being hey, that's that we talked about what we can say the best. Those three were the best performing videos of 2023, or these are
Yep,
topics.
yep.
We have multiple videos. We have the you can find playlist of all of those videos. By the way, guys,